If you guys watch Stanford and Son growing up, you've seen this before. And today is the biggest opportunity you will maybe ever have as an investor, because our opportunity of the week can be the stock, not of the next 5 years, but the stock of your lifetime. So we're going to go over the good stock, the bad stock, and the opportunity that might take your investment portfolio not to the moon, but to Mars. Before we get started, as always, though, like, subscribe, and share to our channel. In real life, I'm a certified financial planner. We've helped thousands of people worldwide, but on these social media airways, we're just giving information that's going to help you grow your finances while reducing your tax liability. But today, you might not just grow your finances with this stock, you might just level up for the rest of your life. You guys ready?
You just wanna get paid. Tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late. Yeah, pay for profits to help you seek change. And you just wanna get paid. Yeah, tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late. Pay for profits to help you seek change. Yeah, cut the show and just listen. You wanna feel empowered by making money decisions. Residual by the hours.
If you said yes to one of these 3 questions, then you are in the right spot. Number 1, do you think your portfolio might be missing out on a company that's going to do better than any other company out there? Or number 2, do you think it's a stock that you can take advantage of today that's going to make more money than any other stock in the stock market? Or number 3, if you had the opportunity to buy a stock that went up dramatically and went down and it has a possibility of going back up, would you take advantage of it? Well, if you said yes to one of those 3 questions, you are in the right spot. So we're going to talk about the stock of the week, the worst stock of the week, but then the opportunity of your lifetime. But I'm just going to get into it. So the stock of the week is Apple. For years, the last 2.5 years, people have looked at Apple as a dying company, a stock that don't know what they got going on, even to the point that it was rumblings that their CEO, Tim Cook, should resign. Now, yes, this is not your mama's Apple with Steve Jobs having innovation, and they have a lot of missteps along the way. But Tim Cook last week did what other CEOs have done the past few months. He went to the White House and kissed the ring. You know, you see the Pope walking around, everybody's kissing the Pope's ring, he's just sitting down. Well, he did that with President Trump, and they pledged $100 billion of spending over the next 5 years. Now, it's one thing to pledge something, and it's another thing to actually do it. So we'll see if they're going to do it. But by making Trump happy, Trump gave them some tax breaks that will help their company. And Wall Street loved this to the point where the stock went up by 13% last week alone. The stock market on average averages 9% a year. It made what the stock market makes in a year in 1 week. Now, they have been underperforming, right? The Mag 7 stocks, the other top 7 tech companies out there, have done way better than Apple the last 2 years. So Apple is just kind of catching up. But believe you me, Apple, especially when they get things together, moving jobs from India here to America, not with employees, but with robots and AI, it's going to be a dramatic shift in resources, which means the stock going up. So the stock of the week, more stability on the way with Apple being up by, my friends, 13%. Now, the bad stock of the week, Super Micro Computers, symbol SMCI, down by 17%. Now you're like, 17%? That's crazy. Why would anybody buy that? For the year, it's up by 48%. Let me repeat. For the year, even though the market's having an above average year so far, the market's up 9% this year, they're up by 48%, meaning they have done 5 times better than the stock market. So it going down by 17% is actually, for a new investor, great, because you're able to buy it at a 17% discount, which means when it gets back to where it was last week, you, my friends, have made 33%. What about that gain? You'll make whenever that happens, and I think by the end of the year, it'll get back to where it was. So let's say in 4 months, you're going to make your 4 months with this stock where it takes the stock market almost 3 years to make the same amount of money. Oh, it gets better. The stock was as high as $110 a share at one point, you guys. So it today going down like it did and being at $44 a share, it has a lot of room to run. Going up an extra 150% over the next 2 years, very, very feasible. They got competition, NVIDIA, AMD, TSM, but are companies going to continue to make chips or stop making chips? As more and more companies purchase things like robots, is happening right now in warehouses, servers, in large machines that needs to run off of chips, Super Microcomputers is a company that will continue to make money. Now, yes, this sale or being down by 17% does not feel good for anybody who had the stock. My clients have had the stock for the past 7 months. Being up by 45%, ain't nobody complaining about that. But let me tell you one thing, my friends. Chips aren't going anywhere. And if you're in the chip industry and the name of your company is not Intel, you're probably going to continue to go up. So yes, the miss or the drop of the week, Super Microcomputers being down by 17%. But short term, this is an opportunity, if it just gets back to where it was, to make over 30%. An opportunity you would be a fool not to look into. But now, my friends, what you've been waiting for, the opportunity of the week, which may be literally the opportunity of your investment lifetime. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this because this can change the trajectory of your portfolio, of your family's wealth, and your family's wealth. This may literally give you generational wealth just by investing in this one company. So who is that? Well, let's get some historical background first. Who is this guy? Do you guys know who this guy is? You're probably like, how would I know this guy? Well, this person, his name is Tom Lee, a Wall Street veteran for 30 years, started his own venture capital company called Fundstrat back in 2013. This, my friends, is the new Warren Buffett. Past 7 years, his venture capitalist company, Fundstrat, has, if not doubled, then tripled the stock market every single year. He is looked at as Wall Street, as Oz, as the Oracle, as the new Warren Buffett. And because of media and influence, he now is on your TV airways every single day because he is a paid contributor by CNBC. And CNBC is the #1 watched show, the number with Kramer, and the #1 watched network when it comes to finances and stock market in the world. And every single day, he's telling you what he's doing, even though he did it a few weeks before. And what happens, you get the information and you buy the stock. So he talked about Bitcoin for a very, very long time. But from a restriction standpoint, he couldn't buy as much Bitcoin as he wanted to, and they're fun. So he thought to himself, what is the next Bitcoin? The second largest coin, which is Ethereum. And my friends, Ethereum is not just like any other technology. It's the new internet. Anybody's put on those Apple glasses or the Oculus, it's like you're inside of something. Well, this is what the internet's going to be. 5 years from now, because of Ethereum, instead of us being on the internet like you see me now, you're going to have a headset that costs next to nothing, and you're going to be inside the internet. So when you're trying on clothes, you don't have to go to the store. You can try them on. When you go to Amazon and look at something, now you can actually feel it, theoretically speaking. Or you try on some clothes, you can actually put it on. It's going to save so many companies return money. It's going to be ridiculous. And with Ethereum, they are the same as Bitcoin, a finite amount of coins. Tom Lee knew this. Another company knew this as well. And the name of this company is called Bitbind, symbol BMNR. And the name of my friends was up by 61%. So they were very smart about a year ago because they saw what MicroStrategy done. And with MicroStrategy basically being a treasury of Bitcoin. You see, when it comes to Bitcoin, pension funds and other investment large institutions cannot buy Bitcoin by itself because they cannot buy a single asset class. Just like gold, just like silver. So they have to buy a silver fund or a gold fund. Well, it's conflict of interest because if I'm a company that manages money, I can't buy another company that manages money. Conflict of interest. So they have bought MicroStrategy because MicroStrategy is a company that only holds Bitcoin. That's all they do. They're like a Bitcoin treasury. And their stock has grown dramatically because of it. Look at the chart. MicroStrategy symbol MSTR. And this was a tech company. And look at that. They made money up to the tune of $188, then went down after the Great Recession in 2007, and it was fledgling. And they had this smart idea. We're going to embrace Bitcoin. And look what has happened since then. After buying Bitcoin and telling the public, you hedge funds, you mutual fund companies, you pension funds, now buy Bitcoin through our company because we're a Bitcoin treasury. And literally, look at this, from June 2022 at $22 a share, now at $395 a share, a meteoric rise, 1,000x your return. This is a 300% return in less than 3 years. The best performing stock of the past 3 years and the second best performing stock of this decade. So BitMine said, you know what? We want to do the same thing with Ethereum. And let's get this person that's on CNBC every single day, make him a chairman of the board, which means when it goes up, he gets 25% of the gains. Let's give him unlimited pieces of the stock, and let's just watch this thing grow. And oh my, has it grown. As you can see in January, before they made the announcement, it was just fledgling around $6 or $7. They make the announcement literally in June, and it goes from $4.40 up to $135 a share. That, my friends, is a 500% gain in 3 weeks. Now, because of manipulation, as it got to $142 a share, the hedge funds, they shorted it. When you short something, that means you're betting that the stock is going to go down. So when a person sells here or there, since they have all the money, it sent the stock going down like crazy back to $30 a share. But from $4 a share to $30 a share is still a 5x return. So this week, it was at $42 a share. Boom! Not anymore. It's up by 61%. Just to get back to where it was at $142, that, my friends, is 130% return on your money, and that can happen in a snap of the fingers. That's just the short term of it. The long term is that this is MicroStrategy for Ethereum. And because all the banks use Ethereum every single day because they use XRP to get off the SWIFT system, it's only going to be adopted by more corporations and the banks. XRP ain't going nowhere, and Ethereum definitely ain't going nowhere. So what's going to happen? Every single day, you're going to see this guy on CNBC talking about maybe not his company, but Ethereum. Every single day, he's going to talk about how banks are adopting Ethereum. Every single day, he's going to talk about Ethereum being the next Bitcoin. And from time to time, he's going to say his company that he's the chairman of, not an employee, so he can talk about them and give recommendations because he's a chairman. He's not part of the day-to-day operations. Very, very smart. He's going to talk about how this is the next MicroStrategy. And everybody missed out on MicroStrategy the past few years. Now, my clients, we've been in it for a year and a half. Over 100% return on that one. And this being Amara, we got in 3 weeks ago when it was at $38 a share. Literally, in 3 weeks, our clients almost doubled their money in this investment alone. Now, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. And of course, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. However, this, my friends, is what we call market manipulation. But because we all now have the opportunity to take advantage of it, why wouldn't you? So this is why BMNR, Bitmine. 61.4% is just the start of something. Like I said, to get back to $142 a share, that 150% return, that's going to happen. How quickly? We don't know. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results, but it's going to happen. The real question is, how quick will it shoot up to equal what MicroStrategy did? Because MicroStrategy, the adoption was about 3 years. And even today, MicroStrategy is only in about 6% of hedge fund investments, mutual fund investments, and pension investments. Wait till that gets to 10% or 15%. MicroStrategy is going to explode. Right now, Bitmine, symbol BMNR, is really not in any of these institutional accounts today. So we literally have the opportunity to buy something on the ground floor before all of Wall Street scoops it up. Imagine if somebody told you this company that searches everything called Google is about to grow, and knowing what you know today, you bought Google stock 20 years ago. How wealthy would you be? How much generational wealth would you be able to pass down to your family? And how much money could you have spent along the way? A lot. My friends, this may be the opportunity, not over the next 5 years, not over the next decade, not over the next 20 years, but Bitmine may be the opportunity of your investment life, because we have proof that cryptocurrency treasury work because of MicroStrategy. You have a person that has been there, done that, and has outperformed the market the past 7 years by double, if not triple. And he has the biggest megaphone on TV and CNBC. So my question is, if you had the opportunity, would you take advantage of it? My clients have, and already my clients over the past 3 weeks, and this stock is up by over 70%. The question is, will you take advantage of it? Now, past performance does not guarantee future results. And don't put all your eggs in one basket. So we're not saying put all of your money into Bitmine. We're not saying put all your money into Apple or MicroStrategy or Super Microcomputers or any other stock. The golden rule, per stock, no more than 5%. Golden rule. Per industry, no more than 20%. You can do with that information as you want. I'm a fiduciary. I'm not just a person saying invest something. I'm a fiduciary. I got things to lose. I'm registered with the Securities Exchange Commission. We manage well over hundreds of millions of dollars. So I'm not telling you to put all your money in Bitmine. But what I am saying is, from a diversification standpoint, if you don't got some money in this, you may be setting yourself up for financial failure. Now, Bitmine also might crash and burn. We don't know. And again, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. So we really don't know what's going to happen with Bitmine. But if history repeats itself, and because we have all these boxes that are being checked, my friends, I know what I'm doing. I know we did for our clients. Will you do the same? So, with that being said, the stock of the week, Apple, being up by 13%. Apple's getting back to where they were, y'all. Apple's getting back to where they were. The worst performing stock, Super Microcomputers, down by 17%, but short term might be a huge investment opportunity because it has a long way to go to get back to where it was. And the opportunity of not just this week, not this year, of maybe your lifetime, case in part because of this person, the new Warren Buffett, Tom Lee, and all the competitive advantages that they have. This, my friends, Bitmine, symbol BMNR, might be the opportunity of a lifetime. So what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share it to our channel. If you want us to help you like we help thousands of people worldwide, comment the word relax, RELAX, and we'll get in touch with you to see how we can help you grow your finances while decreasing your tax liability. Anyways, in rainy and not so sunny Jacksonville, Florida, let's make some painful or painless profits together, y'all. Peace.